It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, and verse 1, and it reads, I'm going to read the subtitle. It says, The Coming of the End. Then this message came to me from the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Son of man, this is what the sovereign Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, says to Israel. The end is here. Whenever you look east, west, north, or south, your land is finished. Verse 3, no hope remains, for I will unleash my anger against you. I will call you to account for all your detestable sins. Verse 4, I will turn my eyes away and show no pity. I will repay you for all your detestable sins. Then you will know that I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Disaster after disaster is coming your way. Verse 6, the end has come. It has finally arrived. Your final doom is waiting. And that final doom will be the bombardment of those ICBMs, or intercontinental ballistic missiles, upon Babylon the Great, aka America. I want to start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to Kol Loyam La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the men that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning, Lord, willingly. This is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. This is the brother Yawasop, and I'm coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Pretty much, this lesson was inspired through the Spirit out of a video I watched from this economist. The Lord had me listening to this guy like last year. There's a few of them. It's like 4 of them I listened to, and you could tell, like I could see through the Spirit. Like even the guy, John Williams, you can see, like, I'm not saying he all the way juiced in. What I'm saying is they don't believe in the scriptures. Everybody's scrambling. You know, I was listening to the brother Aaron from Men of Valor. I listened to him and his brother. Salute them brothers. Some strong, powerful brothers. I believe that brother had a dream about the elder. I had a dream about the elder before too. With all that being said, he did a video, and I remember it started with Joe Rogan. I said I wasn't gonna name Jake no more. So Salakia. Anyhow, I have to keep that in mind. It's so easy to forget stuff, you know what I mean? So Salakia for that. But he did a video that Joe Rogan, and he's pretty much talking about, you know, the system they're trying to implement. And he was talking about how you got all these individuals pretty much with the Bitcoin to it, you know, that's giving people hope, and that's what they're trying to, you know, lay up their treasures to invest in that. And, you know, well, all these things are different snares, you know what I mean? You know, even what John Williams is doing, you know, trying to buy property. But what he said that will if you got the eye salve and you can understand, you know, he pretty much, and I don't think he's an economist either. I know he has a firm that helps you fix your credit. But pretty much he's talking about switching from paper money and buying real hard assets. And everybody looks down on gold and silver, which gold retains its value, even may increase in value. But everybody wants a return on their money. They want, like, if you invest money in something, they want to be able to make a profit from it. You know, at the end of the day, gold or silver is going to gain more value because nobody's trusting the fiat currency, the dollar right now. But, you know, that's what they're talking about, buying land. And I know why he's buying land in Ohio, because Ohio land is cheaper than land across other states. I always told Jake that something significant was going to happen in Ohio, just due to the fact Cleveland has a Federal Reserve. All those cities with Federal Reserves, best believe they're going to be pushing the plans of the elites heavier than all the other places. Trust and believe that. So either this is going to be for your salvation if you in Babylon the Great in Cleveland, or it's going to be for your, you know, destruction. So, yeah, we truly are about to come upon evil times because the Feds, I believe, dropped the interest rate. And that's probably another reason why the price of goods went up. So it's not going to do a good thing. It's actually going to make the inflation increase. So I'm going to let, the guy John Williams go into it. There's a lot of stuff going on. So this is fair use. I'm not profiting off of this. I'm just taking what he's saying and lining it up with scriptures.
The world is not ready for what is about to unfold. What's up, guys? John here. The world is not ready for what is about to unfold in the U.S. economy. Jerome Powell and the Fed, they just reduced interest rates 25 basis points.
Federal Reserve just announcing it is cutting interest rates once again.
Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by 1/4 point to a new level of 4.25% to 4.5%.
Some people think this is a good thing. The stock market does not. In fact, what's going to happen next, I believe, is going to be very, very problematic for most Americans. I believe what we're walking into is an inflationary crisis in this country where living standards are going to plummet. And this is now a game of catching as many assets as you can, buying as many great deals as you can, getting out of fiat currency and getting into something that's going to hold value. Because I believe the government, they're unable to pay the amount of debt that they have with the current amount of income that's coming in.
Right. And that make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Again, you got to understand the government makes their, pretty much gets their funding from the taxing of the citizens. And if the citizens are broke, how are they going to do that? And still they can print money, up until the point when the Lord's going to have them shut that shit down. Because you got to remember, they're printing money, but they still owe money to the elites. Scriptures tell you that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And how? By the debt. You know what I mean? That's why we all are born pretty much owing money. What is that statement that that devil made? Meyer Amschel Rothschild. He said, "Give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who makes the laws." So at the end of the day, they got the power to print, but at a point, if they talking about, who I think they said the Federal Reserve is insolvent. You know what I mean? Like one of the very higher echelon banks that the banks get money from is literally broke. How is this about to take place? It's the perfect scenario in order to crash the economy to bring in something new, And that's why the scriptures talk about evil and only evil beholders come. Going to that word evil, it means bad times. Eve is time. Ill is bad. So, and like you said, if people are already struggling now, just imagine 2025. So it's kind of comical because you got, I remember Jake was talking about they would see, Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom talking about, yeah, DJ Trump and Donald Trump, and and at the end of the day, he's not going to fix nothing. He's actually the perfect guy with that, with that mindset. It was something that brother said. He said pretty much, no, it was the elder. He said how, this guy, he talked about how a fool don't take time to consider, how they just rush into things. And Donald Trump is like that because he's such an arrogant, prideful fucking Edomite. You know what I'm saying? And I truly wholeheartedly believe he's Nero as well. Because right now, it's a guy I listen to, channel called Truth Seeker. And, he exposed the guy Donut. So I remember, at one point in time, those that was part of secret societies wasn't supposed to delve or expose any secrets. But I guess, like a brother had made mention of, he was like, that was different then or whatever. I do know, they are allowed to manipulate, misinform, but they're not supposed to give up any secrets. They take an oath upon that. But, I don't know what the fuck going on. And that's how they truly is doing a lot of, a lot going on. But anyhow, with that being said, like the guy was going into, I lost my train of thought. But pretty much, he constantly makes mention of call lawyer Mayal Bushman Shaka, he gave it back. How they're idolizing this guy, and he constantly keep on setting up saying they're setting up the stage for the NWO. And when you pay attention to what they're doing through the spirit, you can see that's exactly what they're doing. You know, they want people in a state of desperation. And again, he's the perfect guy to pretty much bring forth their agenda. You know? So ultimately, the scriptures talk about the money failing. So I'm going to bring out a couple of scriptures that go into that. It's the book of Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, and it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem shall answer me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that read of it. So, what is our modern day tower? This cell phone, your laptop, the news articles, you know, the different things we see on the television, you know, pretty much just internet, you know. The vision is the prophecy, you know. And we don't have to, like, you know, like the beloved elder would always say, you know, that old acronym, KISS it. You know what I mean? You know, you ain't got to be too deep, keep it one deep. Because one deep is deep enough. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So just because it looked like these, you know, prophecies start, stop, you know, I remember 2024, like, and that's spirit because Jake was talking about they, you know, well, no, he may mention, he said it's going to be worse than 2020, which you could see, you know, because again, their whole objective is to get people so downtrodden in the spirit that they're going to give into whatever they do. Whatever aid they come with, you know, again, you got to understand the welfare system was set up out of the Great Depression. The current welfare system was set up out of the Great Depression. So that's how the government got into the people's business. If you've ever had to apply for social help, you know, like you know, you have to give up a lot of information. What's in your bank account? Do you own a vehicle? You know what I mean? It's just all kind of shit. Is you ready for, or do you trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua enough that you willing to lose or watch or lose a child or a loved one? Wait till these women that belong these powerful men in the camps. Wait till they literally got to go through some, you know, some real like struggling and some pain, some uncomfortability. Then you're going to see if you really was dick mastering her like you thought. You know what I mean? Women love comfortability. The elders speak on it all the time. And I've seen it firsthand. You know, not to make this about me, but, you know, I've had children with a woman that seen me on the ground and laid on the ground with me. And that's not to brag and boast because the Lord had already been putting on her spirit. She would always say, women are like seasons. And I never understood. I'm like, this bitch crazy. But that was the Lord making her say that. Because the thing is this. I recently realized what she meant by it. She was going to change. You know, I was listening to a beloved brother. He made mention of recently, like just the other day, he said this truth was really given to these men. Because you got to understand, a lot of these women is not about to be with this. Verse 4. Scriptures tell you pretty much a righteous woman is given to a righteous man, roughly paraphrase. And only those righteous women is going to be the ones that's going to like endure and persevere through this. You know, I'm be honest, you know, it's funny how Satan fucking with me. That's why I rather move the way I moved in certain aspects. You know, I will rent a bitch before I will, you know, really try and get to know a female, because the simple fact is Satan will go through my children. A brother told me a long time ago, he was like, you don't really fuck with too many people. So therefore, you just really fuck with us. You know what I mean? And although he didn't know that for sure, he was right though. Because I've always been kind of like to myself my whole life, you know. So Satan, he was like, the thing is, Satan can only get to you through certain things. And I've already had Satan fuck with me through women. You know what I mean? So it's funny to me now watching how Satan trying to do little shit through these women now. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Whose soul? Esau, Edom's soul. But the just, who is the just? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. The true chosen people of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, the remnant or the elect. But the just shall live by his faith. And only the just or the elect are going to live by their faith. Only the elect are going to pretty much refuse whatever this devil come with and endure. Because the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, created them differently. You know how Kendrick Lamar got that song, They Not Like Us, They Not Like Us. You know, the elect are not like these, everybody, they're in a class upon themselves. On to pain of death, they're gonna, it's something within them that they're gonna be like, no, you know what I mean? And I don't know if I'm of the elect or not, you know what I mean? I know I can fall out the truth still to this day. I just, well, like I say again, I know what the Lord took me to before I came into the truth. You know what I mean? I had a relationship with the Lord before I came into the truth. I may not know every scripture or breakdown, you know, but I do know this. I know the Lord is real, and I know what I learned from the elders. I, you know, truly wholeheartedly believe, you know. Hopefully I can get all the breakdowns. You know, I've read the scriptures from back to front, and, you know, hopefully I get all the breakdowns, you know what I mean? But, you know, Salakia. Verse 5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. You know, what is this man doing right now? He's overseas, he's in Ukraine, he's in, you know, he's in China, in Taiwan, he everywhere but in Babylon the Great. The place that needs the most of his attention right now. First, ooh man, it's gonna be hilarious when these people gonna be mad. Donald Trump ain't even in office yet, and he trying to talk about shutting the government down and all kind of shit. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, his philosophies, he is a proud man. And ain't nobody as proud as Trump. Ain't nobody right now talking about a cruel king, you know. DJ Trump has got to be that guy, you know what I mean, that the Lord gonna set up to bring and usher in that pain. Neither keepeth at home. I just made mention of him being in all these other countries, who enlargeth his desires hell, and is as death. Because the scriptures tell you he's a covetous man, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. He already want all the land. He already want all the money. He's still not so lucky, and he's still not satisfied. This devil's not going to be satisfied until he has your very soul. That's why his ultimate plan is to pretty much, you know, get you to bow or bend the knee to him. You know, he trying to, I forgot what is it called, I wrote it down, but when you go into the God gene, you know, he trying to basically make you not believe in the Most High no more. He wants you to worship him. And if you actually, like, adhere and partake in that Mot B, pretty much you have agreed onto that. That's why it's so important that the brother or the brethren warn the people, because you got people that really, I mean, I was just talking to somebody, and you hear about certain, or you may experience some people like, well, they don't know the in depths of it, but they heard about it. But I just met somebody recently that didn't hear about a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, what do y'all be doing? Yeah, the Lord made us different because, like I said, like my day is entranced in pretty much these videos and the truth and all that. So, even when I'm talking to somebody outside of the truth spills into the conversation. I was talking to this one person and I'm like, damn, I had to catch myself. I'm like, I know you probably think I'm weird than a motherfucker. But, I think it was something I heard years ago. There's like pretty much somebody said, I'm pretty sure they thought the Messiah was weird. It says, it is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth on to him all people. Verse 6, the point. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Strong's H 5671. Avteet. Avteet.
Weight of pleasures, heavy debts. So the U.S. dollar is pretty much what they would call a debt note. And that's why, all these countries, that's why you had the BRICS pretty much try to get up out of it. For one of two reasons. Because, the U.S. dollar is pretty much affecting other countries because of the fact when America or Babylon the Great puts sanctions on the country, they cannot buy, sell, or trade without using the U.S. dollar. So that was a way for them to get around the sanctions. But being that the U.S. dollar is the world reserve currency, in order to, that's showing you what the kind of juggernaut it is, because from the way a brother broke it down, it's so powerful, like these other currencies, the other world currencies can't stand to it. But being that it's a world reserve currency, if it falls, everything else falls. And like I said again, we're beginning to see hyperinflation. That's what I'm gonna end the lesson with. It's the book of Revelations, chapter 6, and verse 6, and it reads, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. It says in the NOT, a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay. So, the scriptures talk about your daily bread. So in order to, pretty much it's saying how a loaf of bread is going to go and pretty much be a day's wage. And that's your hyperinflation. And these hyperinflation has happened to fiat currencies throughout history. One of them that I could think of off the top of my head is the Weimar Republic, where Hitler pretty much reigned that region. But it's other times where the hyperinflation, that's what happens with these fiat currencies. But inflation, has happened throughout history, even in times of ancient Rome with the denarius. And that's what that word penny is the word denarius. And it basically breaks down to the day's wage for a Roman soldier. So it's going to take a day's wage to actually be able to buy and sell. And again, people hurt now. You know what I mean? Like, you got people still going to try to keep up with the traditions of this wicked ass place, which Christmas is not even biblical. Facts. And we bring this out every year and people still go celebrate it. it'd be mainly those that believe themselves to be Christians. But you got to be an Israelite first to be even a Christian. So I'm going to bring one last scripture. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47. The point is 15, and it reads, "And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth." And that's what the plans of these elites are. Pretty much they're mimicking the scriptures. When the money failed, pretty much everybody had to go before, Joseph and Pharaoh. That's why scriptures talk about woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. So is you going to trust in man, or are you going to trust in the Lord? Jeremiah chapter 17. So, Lord willing, I pray that the Lord strengthen all the true believers' households for the times coming. I pray this lesson was edifying. And with all praise, all honor, and all glory, I want to give to call Loyim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles of the great millstone who do teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwath out there listening and learning, Lord willingly. This is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but who subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time, I'm able to come with another lesson. I say shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasharallah. Wath Lababah.